Good afternoon. Well, good evening. I guess it would be now, everybody. Welcome to Faith Chats, where we talk about faith, family, freedom, and America. Today, my special guest is Jonathan Lawson of the Lawson family. I tell you, they sing great tight harmony. If you like tight harmony, look no further than this family. One of my favorite things to do lately is to get on YouTube and listen to y'all's music, man. You got great family harmony, and I'm a sucker for family harmony. Just am.
I
Always have been. Collingsworth family, Spear family, you name a family group, and
yeah,
I just love family music. So, how long have you been singing with your family?
so my dad was an evangelist for a long time, and so uh, I was probably around 2 years old when he first got me up on the platform singing, and it Josh, I don't remember when my brother right under me started singing, um, but I know by the time he was 5 or 6, or I was about 7 or 8, um, I started learning the harmony. And so that's when we started kind of singing as a trio. Daddy and I would sing the harmonies, and Joshua would sing lead on everything. And then a couple years later, Hannah started singing, and then Justice, the youngest one. So it kind of blossomed from there.
So, who would you say was some of your earliest influences in gospel music that really inspired you to keep going like you are today?
Um, Probably the earliest ones would have been what I can remember is listening to. It's probably about when I was 6 years old. Well, before then, I can I remember 3 albums that my mom used to play on repeat all the time. One was a lady, her name was Susan McGill. She was a soprano, and my mom loved her stuff, and I remember hearing that album. I remember there was a Rochester CD that my mom played all the time, and there was one, uh, Ron Martin, who was Kyla Rowland's brother. Um, he had an album, and that is one of my all-time favorite albums, though. It's so good, and I remember hearing those, but then probably when I started noticing like group singing would have been, I guess, about when I was 6. I remember listening to a lot of Greater Vision, and then my dad had a trio in the '90s, and I loved listening to those CDs that they had cut back then in the late '90s, and that's really my earliest remembrance of just falling in love with the music.
So, for those who are unfamiliar with the Lawson, share with us a little bit about who's in the group and how long you've been traveling.
So there's of course my dad, and then I've got two brothers. One sings bass, the other one plays the piano and kind of switches off with dad on the second tenor part, and then my sister sang with us for a long time. And then we've had for a little about a year period, we had a young lady with us, Liberty Williams, and she did a great job singing with us and just getting better and better. And then she left the group in early August, and we've had a few fill-ins, but right now we're kind of figuring out where we're going to head. But that's kind of who's been in the group. Uh, I'm sorry. What was the second part of that question?
Share with us who's in the group and how long you've been traveling.
Oh yeah, yeah. So we actually, when I was 12, we moved to the West Coast. We were in Washington State, and um, that's really where we um, kind of really learned to sing. There, we went out there not knowing anybody. We were starting a church out there, and um, we didn't really have any friends. We did make friends while we were out there, but it was mostly other preachers' kids, and out there you drive a good distance before you can come across a like-minded church. It's just things are so spread out. So we didn't get to see our friends that often. So it was just the four of us, and we homeschooled, and um, that's we learned a lot about our singing then, and then we moved back to North Carolina in 2019. And that first fall that we moved back in April, and by that fall we were doing 4 and 5 nights a week. So it had really picked up, and then COVID knocked us out for a little while. But in 2023 we did 75 dates. We did 125 last year, and then this year, I don't know the exact number. I know we've got over 150 booked for the year so far. So
Wow.
yeah.
So, any new recording projects on the way or anything that you're working on?
Well, we just released. We picked it up 2 weeks ago. We got the brand new album, Join Right In, and that one's been really cool because since we moved back here, we started using a live band with us traveling quite a bit, and then we don't get to use them as much anymore. Everybody's working, and it costs a lot of money to be able to do that. So we still use the guys at local concerts. Within 2.5 hours usually. Um, I'll bring the band, but we got to use our guys on this album, and we had such a blast in the studio making that one. And I don't know if we'll get to do it again like that, but we just had so much fun, and going in just from top to bottom creating, you know and we we there were some things we wanted to imitate just because we're such big fans of the music, but also some other stuff that was um just coming up with it and creating, and it was fun.
So, what are some of your favorite cuts that are on the project?
um I love Darren Lore sent us one song called Not One Thing, and the lyric in the chorus is, "There's not one thing, no thing, no nothing that ever takes God by surprise." And it's really catchy, and the words will just be a blessing to you if you listen to them in the verses and going into that chorus. And soon as I heard it, I knew my dad was going to love it, so I took it home and played it for him, and he did. And so that was his feature. Um, we had other songs that people know on there. One that I wanted to record. I started. I think. I guess it was about a year and a half ago. We were hanging out after church with some of our friends, the Rogers family, and when we get together, if we've got a chance, we'll get up and just sing a bunch of old songs. And that we did that one night after service with them, and I said, I think I want to start singing this song. And so that was an old Spencer song, "It'll Be Worth It After All." And I absolutely loved it. And it kicks off with just guitar and vocal. And so we wanted to put a steel guitar intro on it, and so they put a big intro on it, and then we would just, as soon as the intro is done, it just drops to just the strumming on the guitar. I wanted it just to kind of to reflect back to the Spencer's recording. So I love that song though. And then of course, a lot of good old songs on there, some newer ones, and then we've got three brand new ones. Darren's song, Not One Thing. Ricky Atkinson had sent us one that nobody else had done before, called Join Right In, which is what we ended up titling the project. And then my buddy Jackson Smith with the Pine Ridge Boys wrote a song called Way Too Long. And I was looking for a song that we we didn't really have a fast barn burner song that was ours. And especially when you do a concert, everybody wants to end on a high note, and I had been looking for something like that. And when I heard it, I said, I think there's something here. And so we arranged it up, and kind of put our own little spin on it. And that has been such a fun song, and that's my favorite off the whole album. And I had a few people tell me that was their favorite as well. But that was I just it turned out really good.
So when performing, I don't like to say in a concert because church
Yeah,
services really aren't concerts.
yeah.
But when ministering in a church service, what has been one song that the Lawsons do that you hear testimony about, or that is a really easy request?
Um, I guess one that we get requests for all the time, whether it's and it's at both, which we do a majority of what we do is church services, you know. But even at the concerts, we get requests for this one. He whispered "Sweet Peace" to me. My brother Justice sings it, and that lyric, I mean, I can watch as he sings, and people get choked up and teared up, and even sometimes myself, I'll even get a little teared up. He whispers "Sweet Peace" to me, and it just talks about, when we're down, and um, you know, you have that comforter, and he speaks in that still small voice, and but that song I would probably say, uh, yeah, that would be the one.
So as a Christian, we all have our ups and downs. Has there been a song on your catalog that y'all do that has brought you personally through some tough times?
Oh yeah, I was actually thinking about this the other day. We were talking about songs that we've been doing for a long time, and this one, I mean, my dad has sung this song since the '90s with the group that he had back then, and we started doing it probably 10, 11 years ago. But it's "He's All I Need" by the Kingsmen. It's always been one of my favorites, and I was thinking the other day, man, I can't believe we've been singing that song for over 10 years, and I thought, should we, we used to sing it a lot more, and then, as you get more songs, you can't keep singing every song every night, but, um, I was thinking, is that one maybe we should kinda put on the back burner for a while, but, it's such a good song, I think we'll keep singing it. It's always been a favorite of mine.
So did the Lawsons get to make it to NQC this year?
We did, it was our first time, and, we got a booth, we were there all week, or until Friday night was our last night, we had to leave Saturday, um, but, we, sang in the showcase on Monday morning, and it went really well, so we had a lot of response from that, and got to meet a lot of new people, and, just connecting with folks.
So was there an artist that you got to meet at NQC that you've always wanted to meet that you didn't know?
Um, Michael Booth, I didn't get to really, talk to him, but I did get to shake his hand and, in the hallway, at one point, and that was cool. I've always been such a fan of the Booth brothers. I hadn't necessarily liked everything they've put out, but I love their tight harmonies and the blend they've always had. He and Ronnie and Jim especially. That was cool. I did get to meet Jason Crabb, and I didn't even know he was going to be there. I like the old Crab family stuff, so that was cool. Got to take a picture with him. Um, I've gotten to meet so many of the artists before, coming to NQC, so I got to meet a lot of the ones I'd really looked up to already, but, there were still a few that it was cool to meet them for the first time.
Did you have a chance to meet Dwayne Allen?
I did, yeah, I didn't even think about that, but yeah, I got to meet Dwayne Allen, um, and that was cool 'cause, I some of the guys who are friends of mine, like Mike Holcomb is a good friend of ours, and our steel guitar player played with the Hopper Brothers and Connie back in the '70s, Lee Chilton. They all knew Dwayne back in the day when it was still the Oak Ridge Quartet. So I knew some stories about him, and but that was cool. We got to meet him.
That's awesome, man. Well, Jonathan, thank you so much for your time. I encourage
Yeah.
folks they can find you on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/the Lawsons Music. Go buy that new project. You will
Oh
be
yeah.
blessed.
So
You'll
that
spin it over and over and over. What was you
yeah,
gonna say?
we'll be we hadn't put that one up on the website yet, but we'll be doing that this week. So we'll start having those orders, and then it'll go on streaming sometime after the first of the year. But you can check
Yeah,
out the single that we've released right now, "Way Too Long," on streaming. So
that's awesome. Jonathan, thank you so much for your time.
hey, thank you for having me.
All right, you be blessed.
All right, bye bye.